going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me for another video. It is your host, Crypto Glenn here. Wow, really exciting day today. Got a lot to talk about, but before we get into a lot of the meat and the potatoes of the subject matter, let us take a look at a couple of items I was tweeting about yesterday and today. As everyone knows, Tron says it's official. Tron joins the blockchain, or Tron blockchain is now integrated into Samsung. The Keystone, download the SDK developer kit, Samsung developer kit, so you can actually start to build Tron D apps on the Tron blockchain on your Samsung devices. Everyone thought this was such an amazing partnership. Everyone was super happy about it, you know, and to a certain degree, I was getting ready to kind of give Tron their props, and then I said, you know what, hey, this is Justin's son. He's known for hyping things up and propping things up and making mountains out of molehills. Let's do a little bit of a deep dive on this and see just potentially what could this actually mean. Now, once I actually hit the actual Samsung blockchain key store, something became very apparently and clear. This is pretty much a gateway for developers to, if they have the technical skill set, to develop on a few different blockchains. So this is really Samsung's way of introducing or making available the common man to blockchain technology. This isn't something that's exclusively done with Tron. As you can see here, if you have the technical skill set, you can develop on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Caitlin, I believe that's a programming language, Tron, and I believe I read a few articles where there's going to be more that are going to be coming out here pretty soon. And while I was doing my due diligence, I thought, again, you know, this would probably be a nice thing for Tron. And then I took a look down here, and apparently anyone can apply for a partnership. So this isn't, again, something that, you know, Justin's son and Samsung were in talks and they had to negotiate and hammer out details and really make this thing come to fruition. I mean, if you have the technical skill set and if you have your own crypto project, you can apply for a partnership. And for Justin's son to hype this up as if this was an exclusive deal is, again, very disappointing. I was kind of tweeting about this yesterday when I had basically put together this information. And as part of that, you know, Tron has been down significantly since then. My guess is that the word is finally starting to spread, and maybe people have also taken a look at some of the same corridors and some of the same avenues that I myself have taken a look at. And if I told you I was surprised at this behavior coming from Justin's son, I'd be lying to you, because I'm not. Take a look at any previous partnership that this guy has said Tron has had before in the past, and it really hasn't quite been a partnership that everyone was thinking about. I mean, in fact, it was just hearsay, and if you really want to be honest about it, it was just flat out lies. So it looks like this is pretty par for the course for Justin's son. Again, down 8%. Personally, I know some friends of mine who are in Japan opening up shorts once that information had became public that he was going to announce an announcement, and they opened up shorts right away. And last I talked to them last night, they had done fairly well. So I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't happy to see this. I am. I think we have got to do a better job of getting rid of the bad actors in the crypto space. I mean, that's one of the only ways we're going to really be able to achieve true legitimacy in the eyes of the common man. And Tron, given everything that they're trying to do, I mean, this is probably one of the main bad actors. They have devs that operate on the blockchain that spoof as if they're a part of different programs when they're really not, and they're just trying to scam people out of their hard-earned dollars. So that's something that I can't get behind. If you've been following this channel for a long time, or if you've been following me on Twitter at CryptoGlenn, then you know that's something that, you know, I've always been saying. Going on to more, I guess, important news. If you are not paying attention to the Future Investment Initiative, or hashtag FII 2019 on Twitter, I would strongly advise you guys to do so. I've got a video here. I've got a video here from a gentleman by the name of Masato Mayashi. Forgive me if I did not pronounce that correctly. This gentleman is the CEO of MUFG Bank, and this conference is attended by dignitaries, heads of state, controllers, financial controllers of foreign sovereign wealth funds, CEOs, And the whole initiative of this conference is trying to figure out where are going to be the greatest opportunities for future investment. And the thing that I really liked about this is you've got this gentleman here from Japan, who in a room, again, full of dignitaries, heads of state, CEOs, financial controllers of foreign sovereign wealth funds, just dropped a bombshell. Let's listen to what he had to say about the future of investing.
Hong Kong. But this is a future investment initiative, right? We would like to talk about the future. So I would like to add the two considerations to the necessary matter for the future financial institution market. The one is growth potentiality in the regional economy. And the people invest money in where they can make more money. So in ASEAN and India, the working age population growing more until 2050. Mm-hmm. And on the other hand, right now in India, the so-called third Silicon Valley, following the USA and China. And due to the summer trade war between the US and China, the people tend to think about some sort of getting back to the regional economic zone. I mean, the international financial center may shift from globalization to localization. The other point is introduction of the cryptocurrency. And as you may be aware, it's
you see that's important?
Oh yeah. Libra, the Facebook, already decided to announce to postpone of their launch of second time, right? Mm-hmm. A couple of times. So, and the very strong compliance and regulatory concern over there, right? But in midterm and long term, mm-hmm. There some innovation by introducing of the cryptocurrency may not be avoided in the global market.
Wow. In case you guys didn't catch that, you can definitely follow me on Twitter at CryptoGlenn and watch it again. Again, this was the CEO of MUFG Bank, Matsuo Miyachi, in Saudi Arabia at the Future Investment Initiative Conference, and basically just telling people, again, these dignitaries, these heads of states, the CEOs of companies from all over the world, as well as controllers from sovereign wealth funds, and basically saying the innovation of cryptocurrency may not be avoided in the global marketplace in the midterm as well as the long term. Now, to me, that's huge, because this is someone, at the time I didn't know it, but I said, you know, for this guy to be the CEO of a bank and for him to just kind of drop that bomb on people, you know, that takes a lot of brass to do so, but also it also requires a little bit of, you got to be a little bit of a visionary, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And one of the things I wanted to look up is I wanted to see, with him being a bank, if they had any major ties to what Ripple was doing. And sure enough, a simple Google check, they've been rolling with Ripple since 2017. And basically this article says that MUFG's bank arm, the Bank of Tokyo, the third largest bank in the world and the largest bank in Japan, publicly announced that it is going to join Ripple's global payments steering group. So it's no secret. Obviously, these guys are definitely embedded with Ripple, and they've probably been experimenting with XRP and global remittance payments, and have been seeing some pretty significant benefits in doing so. And maybe that's one of the reasons why this individual had no problem basically saying, hey guys, cryptocurrency is going to be unavoidable in the future, and people want to invest where they can definitely get a high rate of return and where they can make money, and cryptocurrency is definitely it. So huge shout out to that guy, I mean, for just dropping that bombshell in the room of all those people. So wow, that's amazing. Next up, I want to talk to you guys about another individual who was at the same conference, the Future Investment Initiative, and this individual, just listen to what he had to say. And for all of you who don't know, this is David Schwimmer who's about to speak.
So I wouldn't write off public capital quite yet.
I need it. I need public capital.
Of course. And in the environment that we're all talking about, one characteristic that has become increasingly important is liquidity. And liquidity comes with public capital and standardized products or listed products. So, and I don't think that will go in. And to your point, as we get into potentially a trickier environment, liquidity will become ever more important. So a lot of these things tend to move in cycles. I think there will continue to be a growth in, call it innovation around intermediation, innovation around use of capital in lots of different ways. We certainly hope to participate in that and drive some of that. But challenging environment for a lot of the institutions that we work with.
Frank.
Maybe just
Wow, another huge piece of information coming out of the Future Investment Innovation Conference in Saudi Arabia. Now, for all of you guys that don't know, again, that was David Schwimmer, basically the CEO, Chief Executive of the London Stock Exchange Group. And upon doing a quick search, what made me really want to do the search is the whole time I'm sitting there watching this guy's body language, and he's smiling and he's smirking, and it reminded me a lot of someone who knows information that maybe everybody may not be privy to. Basically, just doing a very quick search, I came across this article on Forbes, and it basically says the London Stock Exchange leads $20 million bet on blockchain to cut out custody middlemen. Now, one of the points that David Schwimmer wanted to get across is he was talking about the importance of mediation, intermediary, and liquidity, basically how liquidity is obtained and how it's deployed. So they basically invested in a company, Nirvana, and basically what this company wants to do is help capital markets run like vending machines instead of complex web of deposits holding stock certificates, basically digitizing, stocks and other securities. You can definitely feel free to check this article out. One of the things I thought was pretty interesting is that in addition to the London Stock Exchange, the 20 million seed round was also joined by the venture capital arm of Santander Bank. Now, we know Santander Bank has definitely been in bed and involved with XRP and Ripple for a very, very long time. So I think that's something that is definitely going to require you to kind of pay attention to here moving forward. And taking a look at that, I mean, if we look at where this could potentially go in the future, you could possibly see this company helping to securitize certain assets and putting them possibly on the XRP ledger in the future. And that's the second time an individual who has attended this conference has kind of, given a hint as to where this could potentially go moving forward. So I think it's really interesting. And I think if you're not paying attention to that conference, again, the name of it is the Future Investment Initiative, and it's going on right now in Saudi Arabia. Currently, they're on day 3, I believe. I think it ends tomorrow. So if you're, depending on where you're at, you can definitely probably YouTube it. I know they've taped the first 2 days and, they're allowing it for playback. So definitely check it out if you haven't. I think there's going to be a lot of good information in it, and I think this is probably some definite information leading up to Swell coming up here in the next couple of weeks. I know a lot of people who are looking at cryptocurrency and want to look at how remittance payments are going to evolve over the next couple of years. They're also going to be paying attention to Swell. So I think it's interesting to see that we have this little bit of breadcrumbs and these little hints and clues being dropped, if you know what to listen to, definitely leading up into Swell. So that's all I have for you guys right now. I mean, obviously, like I tell you guys constantly, if you're going to be getting involved with projects, make sure you're getting involved with projects that have, tremendous amount of utility and use case, and it's not just all hype like Tron. Make sure you're paying attention to where your money is going, because I think when the market finally does return, it's not going to be the same market as we saw last time where every project saw an increase in price. It's predominantly going to be the projects that have a tremendous amount of use case, and that use case is very clear, or possibly even have first mover advantage. That's where you'll start to see those increases happen. So until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one.